If you know how to use a credit card properly, it may be a really useful instrument. Similarly, recklessly utilizing credit cards can cause a lot of problems. Look no further than your neighbors, friends, and relatives for proof of how awful things can get. According to current figures, the average American household owes $7,200 on their credit cards. Worse, that number continues to rise year after year, even as household incomes fail to keep up with inflation. Furthermore, according to a 2001 study by Drazen Prelek and Duncan Semester, titled "Always Leave Home Without It," people who use credit cards are ready to pay twice as much for the identical item. Why? Because, according to the study, using a credit card instead of cash muddles our financial judgment and lulls us into spending more than we expect, especially on products with a hard-to-specify value, such as tickets. I suppose the good news is that Americans are fantastic at utilizing credit cards. According to the Federal Reserve, credit accounts for 53% of all purchases. Unfortunately, we aren't nearly as good at repaying them. How to make credit cards work for you. However, if you want to use credit responsibly, you don't have to give up credit cards entirely. Though, this is a good plan if you know you're prone to misusing them. Instead, develop a few basic practices that will allow you to get the benefits of credit cards, such as cash flow flexibility and reward bonuses, to mention a few, while avoiding the potentially dangerous drawbacks. To make credit your best friend rather than your mortal enemy, follow these guidelines. Every month, pay your bill in full. If you don't want to end up like the average American, avoid credit card debt at all costs. That means charging only what you can afford and paying your bill in full every month, or even more frequently if it helps you remain on top of things. This may sound difficult, but it is the most important rule of using credit cards rather than allowing them to use you. It is the only way to prevent going into credit card debt and paying interest on your purchases. Trust me, you don't want to do that. A 20% off deal isn't worth much after you're hit with an 18% finance charge. Never make a late payment on a bill. You should not only pay your account in full, but you should also make sure you pay it on time. A late payment usually comes with a hefty fee, often up to $39 for most issuers. Because your payment history accounts for 35% of your credit score, a missed payment can seriously hurt your score. Meanwhile, paying all your bills on time is a wonderful strategy to keep your interest rates low and, over time, enhance your credit score and overall credit health. If you're worried about forgetting and missing your deadline, put a reminder on your phone or note the date in your calendar a few days ahead of time. Another alternative is to change your online account settings so that your payment is automatically paid by a direct bank draft on the specific day of the month. Please sign into your account. One reason credit is easier to use and track than cash is that it leaves a paper trail. When you pay for everything with credit, you don't have to save receipts for things like groceries and gas. Instead, simply check into your online account to see where you've spent money, how much you've spent, and how much money you still have. Checking in frequently, at least once a week, will help you keep track of your spending and prevent it from spiraling out of control. If you find yourself spending more than you can afford to pay back this month, immediately stop using your card until the balance is paid off. Examining your account activities can also assist you in identifying any money leaks in your budget. Do you understand you're spending a lot of money at Starbucks than you realize? Most credit cards have great capabilities for tracking your spending on their websites. Take advantage of them. Make use of your credit card to supplement your budget. You can use a credit card to supplement your budget if you're disciplined enough. This method usually entails preparing a written budget and then making purchases with your credit card until you reach your predetermined spending restrictions. This is a terrific way to earn rewards for purchases you'd be making anyway, as well as to benefit from certain safeguards that only credit can provide. The Capital One Venture Rewards credit card is a great rewards card with a one-time bonus of 60,000 miles after spending $3,000 on purchases within 3 months of account opening, which is comparable to $600 in travel. Make it a habit to log into your account once a week or every few weeks to stay on track. Seeing your expenditures in black and white on your computer screen is sometimes the only way to see how much you've really spent. Recognize your limitations. If you're anxious about going over your credit limit, contact your credit card issuer to cut it to a level you know you can afford on a monthly basis. They should be delighted to help, because they want you to pay the money back, and they typically make the credit limit change effective right away. It's understandable that not everyone wants a $10,000, $5,000, or even $3,000 limit on their credit cards. Another option is to use the following strategy. Use your card until you've reached a self-imposed spending limit, such as $500, and then put it aside until the beginning of the next month, or until your payment is paid in full. This will allow you to stay on budget and on top of your bills, while also allowing you to keep a higher credit limit in case of an emergency. Only use your credit card for major purchases. Many people who get into credit card debt worry about how quickly it creeps up on them, and with good cause. When left unchecked, those small $10 and $20 purchases can take on a life of their own. If you want to avoid a death by 1,000 cuts, keep your credit card for large purchases only. The simplest method to achieve this is to save money before making your buy. Then, after making a large purchase with your rewards card and earning points, you'll have the means to immediately pay it off. Another alternative is to use your credit card for large, critical purchases and then pay it off over a few months on a set schedule, understanding that you'll pay a little extra in interest for the convenience of spreading out those payments, unless you take advantage of a 0 APR offer for a limited time. If you decide to pursue this route, make a plan and stick to it. For example, if you want to spend $1,200 on a new washer, and dryer and pay it off over 3 months, make sure you can afford to pay $400 per month for 3 months, plus some interest. Can I absolutely keep up that pace? Ask yourself. It also might be a good idea to refrain from making any further purchases with your card until you've completely paid off the washer and dryer. You don't want that balance to come back to haunt you months after you thought it was gone. Take advantage of all the benefits available to you. The folks who learn the art of credit card rewards have the most to gain from credit cards. The top rewards credit cards include a variety of perks, such as cashback, hotel loyalty points, and frequent flyer miles that may be earned just by using your card for everyday purchases like groceries or cable. Credit card incentives are, of course, less valuable when you're paying interest on your purchases because you have a balance. To prevent this blunder, always use credit cards for rewards if you are certain you will be able to pay off your bill in full. If you don't know for sure, the rewards are unlikely to be worthwhile. Choose cards with additional benefits. Even if you aren't interested in credit card rewards, you can still benefit from the card's features. Some of the best credit cards, for example, include benefits like complimentary travel insurance, primary and secondary rental car coverage, price protection, and extended warranties. All of these benefits are free if you pay your card in full every month. Don't be ordinary. Make credit work for you. Yes, the average American is a terrible credit card user. However, this does not imply that you must follow in his footsteps. Rather than succumbing to the credit card trap, defy the trend and manage your credit card properly. The benefits and rewards are fantastic, but only if you have the determination and self-discipline to fully utilize them. Every month, pay your bill in full. Never make a late payment on a bill. Sign into your account. Make use of your credit card to supplement your budget. Recognize your limitations. Only use your credit card for major purchases. Take advantage of all the benefits available to you. Choose cards with additional benefits. If you enjoyed our video, please click the like and subscribe button below for more financial tips.